This is Jonathan Agger, Fit for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Johnny Nelson, who was on his way out, so I really appreciate your time.
I've avoided everybody tonight, and I come out, I'm thinking, yes, I've made it, and you're there at the door. You're like, good move, man, good move.
Appreciate that. Right, the fight, Chris Eubank Jr, Conor Benn, incredible stuff. What do you make of it?
A really good fight. I think it was a lot closer than what it was. Commend Conor Benn immensely because he put on an amazing performance. Remember, he's a welterweight. Never really boxed at world-class level at 160 or around that. Chris has more experience on the world scene than Conor has, but Conor did himself proud. I think the right man won, and it was pride. It was pride. Fitness, desire, and let me just tell you this: you had two rich young men that were born into wealth that fought like poor men with the same hunger, same desire. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's not about the money; it's about the want, it's about the desire. And the nicest thing was seeing Senior turn up as well to support his son, not his charge, not his fighter, not someone he manages, not someone he promotes, to support his son. So all the stuff that's said and done. You know, Chris Senior is a very misunderstood man, and he's just done the right thing. He's held himself correctly. So people mock him and give him a hard time because he won't conform. His son is actually very much the same, and so with his son being very much the same, I just think to myself, you know what? He seems very aloof. Conor seems to be the guy that people like. They shine to because they can relate to him. So Chris Jr and Chris Senior are very, very much alike.
You said to us yesterday that you wanted to call Chris about the situation. Did you manage to do that?
We were on the phone today for about an hour and a half, and it was a nice conversation, an enlightening conversation. And right's right, and Chris Senior has a lot of integrity, what people misunderstand and don't respect and are happy to mock. And Junior, and he, regardless of what's going on behind closed doors, I'm just glad tonight that he turned up for his son and for the sport of boxing.
Johnny, do we see that again?
Oh, definitely. You know, I think the fight was a lot closer. I think Conor put on an amazing performance, absolutely heartbroken and devastated. But he needs to be proud of himself. His stock's gone up. Chris, you know, put on a performance to say, I'm not losing to this boy. I'm not losing to this welterweight. So again, you know, everybody walks away happy. 67,000 people turned up, walking away happy. Nobody's complaining. So good on him. And
just on Senior, do you know when he decided to come? I know he said earlier that he was always going to be there. Do you want to say? Do you know? Do you have an inkling on when he may have decided to come?
No, no, I don't. No,
okay.
That's Senior's decision on what he decided to do.
And just on Junior, I know you're concerned heading into tonight, but he seemed to prove that he was able to take the shots despite the rehydration and things like that.
Yeah, he did, and my concern was there. But once his dad came, it was the final piece of spice and ingredients that I thought, because I flipped and I flopped. You know, I said Chris, I said Conor, I said Chris, I said Conor, and I thought Chris is the momentum with him. Then after the weigh-in debacle, that's why I worried, and I spoke to his dad. I said, "You're my father. You know, we talked father stuff. We talked about what parents, the responsibility, how you love your child unconditionally, regardless." And once Chris turned up, that's when I changed my mind and said, "Junior's going to win." You know, it made all the difference.
Johnny, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Get back safe.
Bless, man.
Thanks, man.